let's talk about skin. Specifically, acne. Even more specifically, adult hormonal acne. The worst. I'm coming on here just to kind of discuss what my journey has been like having adult acne and suffering from hormonal, painful, cystic acne. How I was able to take my skin from this, which pardon the pictures because I obviously didn't want to be taking my photo with my skin like this and I was clearly miserable. But how I took my skin from this to this, how it is now. I'm obviously wearing makeup right now, but you can tell that my skin texture is nowhere like that first photo that I showed you. Full disclosure, these photos are years apart. The reason that it took me so long to kind of figure out how to fix this problem was because a lot of it was lifestyle changes, of course. I also want to talk about the specific aesthetic treatments that I had done to target my acne and my skin texture. Treatments like Clear and Brilliant were absolutely phenomenal at completely transforming my skin and helping to get rid of acne and completely resurface my skin. I am honestly blown away by the results that I've had with laser treatments like Clear and Brilliant. But first, to start out, for those of you that don't know me, my name is, of course, Megan. I have been working as a model for, gosh, about 13 years now, full-time for the past 7 years. I started when I was young, kind of dabbled here and there in high school and college, but once I graduated college, I actually started working full-time. And it was around this time, when I was 22, that I started to experience severe cystic acne. Now, full disclosure, I do not have a lot of photos of the acne because I wanted to pretend like it wasn't real. I wanted to not remember it. But basically I wasn't looking my best, I wasn't feeling my best, and I had some seriously horrible acne that was happening on my face. Now, back to the modeling. So I remember it was like the spring, I signed with the agency, I started working all the time, but by fall, I started to develop the most painful, severe cystic acne, specifically along my jawline, my chin. I also did get some on my forehead and like my cheeks as well, and around my nose. So the first thing that I did was I immediately went to a dermatologist. She was like, yes, this is hormonal adult acne. You're getting it on the male beard line because your body is producing an excess of sebum. It's getting stuck under the surface of the skin, and because of that, you're developing these horrible, painful breakouts. So the dermatologist recommended certain products for me to try, glycolic acid, salicylic acid, and for about a year I tried just skincare products to try to help fix things, but that's not how you fix adult acne. That is not how you fix hormonal acne. Obviously it's kind of going to help, but that's really just like putting a band-aid on a bullet wound. Like, that's not going to help you heal from the inside out. Now, what I did next was, after about a year of trying just skincare products that clearly wasn't helping, what my dermatologist did then was she was like, you know, we can try to put you on spironolactone. Now, spironolactone is, for those of you that don't know, it is a medication that is used off-label for acne. So what I mean when I say off-label is it's not indicated to treat acne. However, a lot of doctors have found that it can help with hormonal acne. I could go into the whole details of how spironolactone works and why it works, but just basic cliff notes is it slightly lowers the levels of testosterone. So it's gonna slightly balance your hormones in order to prevent you from getting breakouts. Now, again, this isn't gonna change everything if you already don't have a healthy lifestyle, if you're already dealing with a hormonal imbalance, it's only gonna help a little bit. The biggest thing that I was neglecting in my life and that I eventually was forced to confront was the fact that I was living a very high stress lifestyle. I had just graduated college. I was living in New York City. I moved into a studio apartment, living by myself, working as an independent contractor as a model. So I didn't have a steady pay date. I didn't have a guarantee of work. I didn't have a lot of the comforts that you would get with a regular 9 to 5. Now, I was making money. I had my own salary. I was making a living. living, but I never knew when my next paycheck was gonna come in. So it was quite stressful. My day-to-day life, when I wasn't booked on a job, I would be running to castings. So living in New York, you're on the subway all day, you're running around constantly, and that was also just very, very high stress. I was also, I'm not gonna lie, I was drinking. I was enjoying alcohol, and I felt that, especially living in New York, there is quite an alcohol culture. It's very, very normalized to drink alcohol whenever you have a free moment, whenever you have a free time. And don't get me wrong, I still do enjoy a cocktail, I enjoy a glass of wine, but nothing like when I was in my early 20s. And that, as a result, led to hormonal imbalance. I was so stressed, and I was also doing high intensity exercises. I was probably like 5 or 10 pounds over what I felt comfortable at. So I thought, okay, if I do really, really intense, high intensity workouts, cardio workouts, that will help, right? No, that made the problem 10,000 times worse. My cortisol levels must have been completely insane. My stress levels were through the roof, and this no doubt completely contributed to the acne that I was experiencing. How do I fix this? Completely changing your entire lifestyle is not something you can do overnight. I actually ended up moving to LA, which I can make a whole other video about that. But what moving to LA forced me to do was slow down. The lifestyle in Los Angeles is just, lifestyle literally anywhere else in the world is slower than it is in New York City. I was forced to slow down. I adapted to a slower pace of life. I stopped doing high intensity workouts, and I started lifting weights, doing yoga, and going on hikes, which also meant I was getting a lot of natural sunlight. I was spending a lot of time outside. And I also made a point to prioritize sleep. So this was another thing when I was just starting modeling, early 20s, living in New York. I started to suffer from insomnia, which was no doubt a result of my hormonal imbalance. So I was pretty much just sleeping like drinking alcohol, being stressed out all of the time, putting my body through extra stress that was unnecessary. And as a result, my skin was an absolute mess. So I moved to LA. I lowered my stress levels so much, and I can't even express to you how just doing that helped my skin so much. And I also stopped drinking excessively, of course. Adopting a skincare routine and sticking to it and being religious with it is going to help no matter what. So at this point in my life, this is about, let's jump forward to about 2020, 2021. Yeah, I'm about 26, 27, and I have now lowered my stress levels. I've lowered my cortisol levels. I'm feeling so much more balanced in my life. I am following a skincare routine. I have a 3-step skincare routine. I can make another video about that, but I'm sticking to a skincare routine, and I'm doing it every single morning and every single night. And my skin's really starting to look great. But the thing that takes your skin to the next level, that's what we're gonna get into right now, okay? I actually got introduced to laser treatments through a job that I took. I was working for an aesthetic dermatology company, and they specialized in laser treatments. So I was introduced to many different laser treatments, but the one that actually changed my life was Clear and Brilliant. Like, I'm looking at my skin right now, and my skin wouldn't be like this without Clear and Brilliant. From 2022 to this year, 2023, over the course of a calendar year, I had 4 Clear and Brilliant treatments. This is what my skin was looking like after lowering the stress levels, lowering the cortisol, getting good sleep, drinking water, no excessive alcohol, getting sunshine, doing low impact workouts. Like, we are living our best life here. However, I've still got some acne. I've still got some, acne scars. I've still got, a little residual stuff from my adult acne. So I got my first Clear and Brilliant treatment, and after the treatment, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, okay, well, that did nothing. But other people that I worked with were like, no, girl, you need a lot of them in order to really see a difference, which I have in my life only had 4 treatments over the course of a calendar year, which is not a lot. Recommend a minimum of 6 to even notice an appreciable difference. 4 really still did a lot for me. So this was during my first treatment. Basically what happens is you put numbing cream on your face. You want to get really, really nice and numb. And then a nurse is going to go over your skin with the Clear and Brilliant laser. The laser is used to target specifically skin texture as well as skin tone. So it's going to be targeting dark spots that were left over from acne scars. It's going to be targeting my skin texture as a whole. It has also kind of helped to minimize my pore size because I always had big pores along my nose. I had issues on my chin. It really helped to kind of clear all of that, shrink all of the pores, and just completely resurface my face. But this is after my first treatment, very, very subtle results. I ended up, this is in December of 2022. I ended up getting another treatment in March of 2023. I got another treatment in June of 2023, and I had my final treatment 2 months ago in October of 2023. And I think it was after that one that I really started looking at my skin texture and seeing how much it's improved. So this is my skin texture today. This is a video from this morning and some photos from this morning that really can show you what my skin texture looks like. In addition to Clear and Brilliant, other treatments that I've had, just to be fully honest with you, other treatments that I've had that I have found to have absolutely helped with my skin texture are, of course, chemical peels. I've gotten 2 Jessner peels in the past year. Those are very, very, very lightweight peels. And they're very easy on the skin. They're not like super intense. So I've gotten 2 Jessner peels. I've had a couple hydrofacials. I find that those are better to just kind of clear out your pores. Those aren't gonna make a lasting difference. Those are kind of just gonna be an immediate, my skin is glowing after. I also have had a couple extraction facials. So basically going under steam and having an esthetician take all of the gunk out of your skin. That helps too. And I also have had Aqua Golds, which I posted about it on my TikTok, but this is a treatment that is also very subtle, similar to Clear and Brilliant, but it's basically gonna really help your skin kind of get a little bit tighter and plumper. And it only lasts about 2 to 3 months, but it looks really good. Yeah, basically that's the short version of how I completely transformed my skin, as you can see here. Now, of course, these photos are about 7 or 8 years apart, but the reason I'm making this video is because it doesn't have to take 7 or 8 years for you to figure out what I figured out. I am here to tell you exactly what you need to do, the changes that you need to make today in order to fix your skin. So here are my steps on how to completely transform your skin, just like I did, except it's not gonna take you 7 or 8 years. You can do this in like 2 months, okay? So number 1, if you can, go to a dermatologist, just see what they have to say, and maybe get some blood work done just to see if there are any other issues that you need to be aware of. Number 2 is make a conscious effort to lower your stress levels, whether that is changing up your workouts, doing lower impact workouts, focusing on just doing Pilates, doing yoga, kind of slowing things down, prioritizing sleep, making sure you sleep a minimum of 8 hours. I find 9 hours is a lot better. Making sure you're getting enough sunlight. And if you're somebody who probably parties a lot, thinking of alternative ways that you can party and kind of prioritizing your own health over constantly chasing the party. My 3rd tip is to stick to a skincare routine, morning and night. Dermatologists can help with this a lot. Estheticians can help with this a lot. I can make another video specifically about what my skincare routine is. It's been the same for 2 to 3 years now. It's 3 steps. I don't do anything fancy, but just making sure that you stick to a skincare routine that works for you and you are extremely consistent with it. Number 4, my last recommendation to you is to looking into laser treatments. Looking into treatments you can get. I cannot recommend Clear and Brilliant enough. I know people love CO2 lasers. Those are really intense. Basically like 6 treatments of Clear and Brilliant probably will do the same that 1 CO2 laser treatment will do. So CO2 is also a good option. Looking into any other skin treatments. So now that all that's out of the way, anyway, how am I currently maintaining my skin? I make sure I get one skincare treatment per month done by a professional. This month, my skin was looking really great, so all I did was get an extraction facial. So we really worked on getting all of the gunk out of my nose and inner cheek area. That's where I primarily still just have larger pores. The Clear and Brilliant has helped a lot to kind of shrink them up, but you still kind of want to treat those. The month before that, I had a Clear and Brilliant. Month before that, I had a Jessner peel. Month before that, I had a Hydrofacial. So I'm always making sure to kind of keep everything looking snatched. We'll probably get another Clear and Brilliant next month just for maintenance. Also, the winter time is the best time to get Clear and Brilliants because you cannot be in the sun after your treatment for at least 3 to 7 days. I am religious with my current skincare routine. I don't miss a step. I don't miss a day. I don't miss a morning or a night. I'm constantly doing it. I've never missed. I am also making sure that I'm prioritizing sleep. I get at least 8 hours of sleep every single night, and I continue to follow a low impact workout schedule. I lift weights and I do yoga. That's what works for me. And I have also limited my alcohol intake, as I had mentioned. Compared to what I was drinking when I was in my early 20s, I like don't drink anything now, which is so funny. But at the same time, I'm not limiting myself where I'm not drinking at all. I'm not, you know, I'm really, really hard on myself. I do enjoy a beverage, you know, but I'm not going completely insane and making my skin freak out from drinking a lot. Anyways, I hope that someone found this video to be helpful in terms of how to cure adult acne, Clear and Brilliant treatments, laser treatments, everything I did to kind of fix a hormonal imbalance that led to adult hormonal acne on my face. As always, if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I'll do my best to get to you. And if you want to follow me elsewhere, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Meg H. Roberts. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next time.